faded glory. The doppelganger. Gambit. The President of the United States, once a beacon of hope and resolve, had become a shadow of his former self. Behind the polished facade of his administration lay a secret so closely guarded that even his closest advisors barely understood its full scope. A synthetic doppelganger, a near-perfect double of the president, was deployed for dangerous appearances and critical moments when the real commander-in-chief was unavailable or too ill to perform his duties. This doppelganger, known only as Echelon, was a marvel of transhuman technology, blending organic material with synthetic enhancements. Echelon's uncanny resemblance to the president was matched by his ability to mimic mannerisms and expressions. However, his creators had instilled one limitation. Echelon rarely spoke, relying instead on prepared gestures and nods, letting the illusion of authority remain intact. The connection to the global union. Unbeknownst to most, Echelon's creation was a project spearheaded by the architect, the enigmatic ruler of the global union. Officially, the program was sold as a contingency plan to ensure stability in a volatile world. However, the architect had more sinister intentions. The synthetic humans, including Echelon, were designed as tools to manipulate global leaders, subtly bending them toward the architect's vision of a unified, subservient world. Echelon's presence on the global stage had not gone unnoticed by Commander Carlos and his band of rebels, including Raven. Carlos, now leading an underground resistance against the global union, had intercepted whispers of the synthetic doubles used to tighten the architect's grip on power. These whispers became actionable intelligence when Carlos learned of a planned meeting between Echelon and the global administrator, a meeting that would cement the architect's control over the United States. Raven's mission. Raven, ever the master of infiltration, was tasked with confirming the rumors and, if possible, sabotaging the meeting. Using her transhuman abilities to mimic others, she infiltrated the high-security summit where Echelon would appear alongside world leaders. Posing as a junior aide, Raven was able to witness firsthand the eerie precision with which Echelon operated. But something was wrong. Raven's enhanced senses detected subtle differences in Echelon's behavior. Unlike a human, his movements were calculated and flawless, devoid of the micro-expressions that betray emotion. Moreover, Raven noticed that Echelon's security detail was unlike any she had seen. Silent, robotic in their responses, and eerily synchronized. Carlos confronts the truth. As Raven fed intelligence back to Carlos, he began connecting the dots. The architect's reliance on synthetic humans was more widespread than they had imagined. It wasn't just the president. Several high-ranking officials across the global union were suspected of being replaced or controlled by synthetic doubles. The rebellion's fight wasn't just against human oppressors, but against a new breed of transhuman tyranny. Carlos decided they needed to strike at the heart of this operation. His target, the lab where Echelon and his kind were created. This facility, hidden deep beneath Washington, D.C., was heavily fortified, but Carlos believed it was the key to exposing the truth and rallying people against the global union. The showdown. The mission to the lab brought Carlos, Raven, and a small team of rebels face to face with the horrors of synthetic creation. Rows of pods held incomplete doubles, their lifeless faces mirroring global leaders. In the center of the lab, a holographic projection of the architect loomed large, taunting them. "You fight against inevitability," the architect's voice echoed. "The age of humans is over. Your rebellion is a relic of a dying species." But Carlos wasn't swayed. In a climactic battle, the team planted explosives to destroy the lab while Raven engaged in a deadly duel with a synthetic enforcer, a transhuman warrior designed to be the perfect killing machine. Using her abilities, Raven outmaneuvered the enforcer, narrowly escaping as the lab erupted into flames. Aftermath. The destruction of the lab was a significant victory, but the rebellion's war was far from over. Carlos and Raven knew the architect would retaliate with even greater force. However, the revelation of synthetic doubles began to sow distrust among the people. For the first time in years, cracks appeared in the architect's seemingly invincible regime. The question remained, was Echelon destroyed in the explosion, or had the architect already created an even more advanced version? As Carlos and Raven regrouped, they realized their fight wasn't just about saving humanity, it was about redefining what it meant to be human in a world where the line between man and machine was vanishing. To be continued